Winners don't use drugs.
Hey, what's up? Happy Saturday. Oh, you already lost time.
Sounds like that's it. I'm out. Doesn't have an interest. I'm not watching it.
What, Vinny, Adam, Chris, maybe Tom.
Hey, brother.
Hey.
Guys, for chilling and getting ready to have a discussion about motherfucking Con Air. One of the greatest action movies, at least greatest action movies of the 90s. You can't deny that. No one could deny that.
Yeah, it was a lot of good action.
Hell yeah. And a great cast. We probably the best put together cast for an action movie I could think of.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the first ones that did those big ensembles like that.
Yeah. Yep.
That
I could remember anyway. Oh, here he is. He's back.
You're so big.
Hey, Tommy.
What's up, Tommy? Tommy just had to go put the bunny back in the box.
Why couldn't he just put the bunny back in the box?
What's that from?
The Big Bang Theory, episode 4.
Oh, I thought it was Footloose.
Put the penny back in the box.
So this is kind of like the beginning of action star Nicolas Cage. What did we really have for Nicolas Cage when it came to action movies before this?
Raising Arizona?
That's not an action movie.
When was this? Did Jade come out?
What happened?
Was Jade before this or after this? Remember that one we played? Yeah, he played that like yoked out. It was. David
No. Yes, that was Kiss of Death.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kiss of Death.
You said Jade because David Caruso was in Jade, and David Caruso was also in Kiss of Death.
Holy shit! I got those two movies mixed up. That's how interchangeable they are.
It's what
all you gotta do is take off your shades and tilt your head.
Wow!
It's because we have to go back to the past to watch anything worth watching, and I mean, good lord, look at you know.
Well, all right, when did The Rock come out?
Oh, that's after. It's got to be
96. Okay, so The Rock was before this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Oh, also, wait. What was the other one? Oh, shit. No, that wasn't him. I was thinking Broken Arrow, but that was Travolta and Christian Slater, I think.
One was
Face Off. Yeah. Broken Arrow was Travolta and Slater.
Yeah. Okay. All right, but The Rock was 96. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, all right. So this is, I guess, the second level of Nicolas Cage action star.
The second coming.
I mean, you didn't really think of Nicolas Cage, as an action star before shit like this, because even before that, because I didn't even know of that movie till like fucking less than 10 years ago. But I always thought, because every time they would show a commercial of act movie scenes and shit, like it would be Cher smacking Nicolas Cage in the face. Going, snap out of it! I don't know, what was that shit? Moonstruck, I think. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Christina Ricci that was Mermaids.
Cher!
That was Cher.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins was in that one.
In which one?
Oh, yeah.
In Moonstruck.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's like, you ran away from the kids. No, I ran away from you.
Yeah. I became a plumber with my adopted Puerto Rican brother.
We were trying to rescue a manatee down in the sewers.
I'll give Cher one thing. They said that she was there for Val Kilmer when he died.
Oh yeah,
and years before that, they dated apparently. And
did she smack him in the face and tell him snap out of it?
No, she pushed him down the bunny slopes and stuck into a tree. Oh wait, that was Sunny.
God damn, yeah.
All right. So The Rock. It said The Rock was directed by Michael Bay. This was not directed by Michael Bay, as much as it looked like it was directed.
No, I think it was
totally
Simon West.
Simon West, yes.
Yeah.
Never heard of this guy. Nope. No idea. No idea. Never heard of him.
Is that like a pseudonym?
He did the Tomb Raider movie. He did a few. He did another
Expendables.
Expendables 2.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are good movies.
Those are action movies. Yeah.
Oh, The Mechanic with Statham.
Oh yeah.
Jason Statham. Yeah.
Never saw that.
That's the remake. The original one was.
Yeah, the original was Bronson. Yeah.
Yeah, Bronson. Yeah.
Bronson and Jan Michael Vincent.
Jan Michael Vincent. Yes. It was far superior to the remake. By the
Airwolf, yeah.
Okay, so this is this guy's first movie directing.
Wow.
Damn, they fucking handed this guy a heavy fucking load for his first fucking director job.
First directing job. Jesus.
No,
oh my god.
Like, look at Marvel and like all those MCU movies and shit. Mm-hmm. Most of them were directed by absolutely nobodies. And the reason why they do that, they give these huge budget movies or whatever to nobody directors so that they're more susceptible to corporate meddling.
Well, isn't that how that Mick G guy got his job directing? Because he was doing music videos.
Yeah, I think he also blew Harvey Weinstein.
That's just another notch on Harvey's belt. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So it says before this guy's film career, he directed music videos such as "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley. So the same guy who directed Con Air directed the music video for "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley. Good to know. That's a nice little
Rick
trivia.
The world.
Holy shit!
You got paid for it.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking funny. Anyway, hell yeah, this movie. So, I didn't see this in the theater. Any of you guys see this when it was out?
Yes.
You saw this in the movie?
I saw this in the theaters. Yeah, there was a theater that was nearby where, yeah.
That must have been an awesome fucking experience seeing this in the theater, right?
There was a good number of years. I was just, like all through high school and shit. There's a movie theater that was kind of close by where I live. I could walk there. So, yeah, I was at the movies all the time.
What's up, RR? Thanks for stopping in, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He hit a home run right out of the gate. Yeah, man. Let's see. This had to have been no way this could have flopped. No way this could have flopped. Okay, a budget of $75 million, box office $224 million. So
dude, like, what's weird is like we all could have sworn Michael Bay directed this.
It looks so much like a Michael Bay directed.
And here's
fucking
the thing:
movie.
it's like we joke and we shit all over Michael Bay for being like the brain dead explosions guy or whatever. But that shit is hard to coordinate as a director.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Like, I'm with RR on this. Like, if you can pull the Michael Bay level of bullshit off from your, like, right out of the gate, like, from a movie thing, like, that's admirable. And every other film that you named in there, like, it's clearly the guy got better, too. So it's like he knocked it out of the park with this one.
Did he get better, or did he just keep getting lucky?
Maybe.
Because he couldn't pull it off in subsequent Transformers movies. They all started going downhill.
No, not talking about Michael Bay. Talking about
this guy. You're talking about this guy, Simon West.
Simon West, like he knocked it out of the park with this first one where he emulated the Bay kind of approach. But all those other movies that you named, those were not like shit ass movies. Those weren't like if you sit down and like to pick it apart, I'm sure you could find some things. But I don't think it would be from a directorial perspective.
Right.
You know, it'd be like, oh, well, you know, the shot probably wasn't all that great, or the fucking sound, you know, because we're making fun of like the scoring in this film. Where it was like, it was designed for brain dead people, where they're like, you know, oh, we're supposed to feel sad here. How do you know? How do I
Cue the music.
Yeah. Well, no, all right. But that's cool. That's not a new thing, though. You know, there's always stuff that happens in movies and TV shows. Like, we're watching Dexter. They always start playing that same part at the end of every episode. They play that same music.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's like, all right, also, like, you know, remember how in any of the fucking DC movies, every time Wonder Woman came out, you know, there's always like trademark themes for certain shit. It's not a new thing, you know. Even in 1997 when Con Air came out, it wasn't really a new thing.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's definitely a Bay thing. Like not saying that it's a new thing so much, but like the reason why Bay does that, and I learned later on, it's actually incredibly insidious. He does that because he's not making movies for Americans; he's making movies for the Chinese, and if you don't speak English and you're having to read subtitles, like those audio that audio texture there, that those soundtrack cues. Or whatever, those cues help you understand a scene better. Like, so it's funny that we see it in there, but the 90s is when that shit really started, and it got worse in the 2000s, dude, when they opened the floodgates.
Chris is right. The Chinese are like robots; they have no souls or personalities, so they need those cues.
No, dude, the Chinese loved like brainless explosions and shit.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Michael Bay is so
good.
Hey, us Americans can appreciate it too, though. This wasn't such a deep story. This is a very simple story, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't have to be a mouth drooling fucking window licker to fucking appreciate it. You could.
Right.
Yeah.
You can watch a movie like The Godfather and like this movie too.
I started to try to watch it, and then I fell asleep, and I just woke up maybe about 10, 15 minutes before you sent the link, so I didn't even rewatch it. That's how boring I thought it was. I fell asleep trying to rewatch it.
You thought Con Air was boring, man. But
I don't know at the beginning of that movie. I don't know. The beginning of that movie, it just puts me to sleep.
Well, then you gotta wait till he gets out of prison and gets on the Jailbird.
You gotta wait till he grows his mullet.
Yeah. Once he's got
the length of the mullet defines how interesting the movie gets.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it really pulls off that Billy Ray Cyrus vibe that he gives when he speaks.
Well, I didn't want to show up and have nothing to add, since I didn't have a chance to rewatch it. So the wife had found something for me. I'd like to play it for you guys real quick, if you don't mind.
Sure.
You might find this interesting. You might not. It has to do with a certain character in Con Air.
Uh-oh.
Johnny 23.
Have you heard the mind-blowing fan theory that Billy Madison, Big Lebowski, and Con Air take place in the same universe? Danny McGrath was mistreated and bullied all his life. In 1995, he finally snapped and decided to make a list of people he wanted to kill. Luckily, Billy Madison called and apologized to take himself off the list, but it didn't stop Danny from going one by one down the list, fully transforming into his serial killer persona of Garland Green. He's eventually captured in 1997 and makes his way onto the prisoner transport airplane in Con Air. At the end of Con Air, everybody thinks Garland died in the plane crash, but the viewer sees that he sneaks away to do some gambling. Fun times in Vegas run out, so he takes his winnings and makes his way to Los Angeles. He meets Walter and the Dude and joins their bowling team. He assumes a much quieter life and takes on a similar but different name to his birth name, Donnie, but he clearly doesn't stop serial killing. Did you notice all the bowling shirts he wears throughout the movie? None of them have the name Donnie on it. All of these people were perhaps other bowlers that he's killed. Plus, he doesn't have any friends who shows up to his funeral other than Walter and the Dude. Donnie from The Big Lebowski is definitely the same guy from Billy Madison and Con Air.
That's awesome.
That's like the one that I found with what's his name?
With
Family
with
Matters.
Powell from Die Hard, and how it's connected to Family Matters.
Yep. How he loses his mind, and the 13-year-old kid that he fucking shot and killed in New York during the Ghostbusters thing is actually Steve Urkel.
But as soon as that thing that Tommy was playing said Billy Madison is connected to fucking Con Air, I was like, oh my god. When he fucking crosses out his name in lipstick on the wall.
Here's if he would have said things to do in Denver while you're dead is also connected, I would have rolled on the floor.
Oh shit.
Wait, who in this was connected to things to do in Denver when you're dead?
Well, it would have been the same actor, and the character was a killer, Mr. Shush, but he dies though.
It's been so long since I saw that I completely didn't even realize Steve Buscemi was in it.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Steve Buscemi is the freaking hitman in Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead.
Yeah, he's Mr. Shit.
Damn, it's been a long time. I didn't even remember that.
It gives everybody the buckwheat.
The buckwheat. Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's well, we know some people who enjoy it in the ass like that, but they're thrown in a dumpster.
I don't want to get into that, but somebody had sent me a video about somebody who was talking about that certain thing. And I was like, hey, Jesus, it's always nice to watch people you don't like go at each other.
Tommy, you're like a mind reader, brother.
But yeah, Tommy, you really didn't like this movie. I can't believe that. Jesus.
I don't remember ever hating this movie. I'm not saying I hated this movie. It's just the whole beginning. It just bores me to tears. There's a lot of movies like that. Like the beginnings of the movie bore me to tears, and it was just one of those days too. Like. Yeah. I was not feeling good, and that boring intro just put me to sleep.
Well, Vinny was talking about how much of a fan he was of Nicolas Cage's acting in this movie. He said Sir Laurence Olivier got nothing on Nicolas Cage in this shit.
Wait, did you have another video on panel? And I didn't.
Vinny, you can't deny the acting skills, Vinny.
Yeah, he went in and out of that hick accent.
Yeah, you see it quite a few times. He forgets. Like, oh, wait, my bad.
Wait. I didn't catch what Tommy was saying. What did you say, bro?
I was saying Bologna to you, Vinny.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Continue talking over this man.
I'll say this. Nicolas Cage, he does have one in his voice for when he does the reading stuff. So there was a series he did, and I forget. It had to do with like curse words or other stuff like that. I can't remember if it was on Hulu or what it was on, but he does this like expose thing where he's breaking down like these different words and these different phrases and all this different shit, and he's doing a voiceover reading. But you see him actually in the beginning and the end of the segment that he's doing, and he does that extremely well. He definitely has a voice for doing stuff like that.
The hillbilly accents.
Yeah, but I mean the way he does it, it actually sounds really good the way he does it. Like certain people like you listen to Casey Kasem just talk normally, and he's kind of like a boring son of a bitch. But then you hear him do a character like say Cliff Jumper or something
Shaggy,
like that, and Shaggy, and he sounds a lot more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Or Robin too, right? Wasn't he Robin on the Super Friends?
He was.
Yep. That's what this movie was missing. It was missing some Casey Kasem. It had everybody else in it.
His top 40 were fantastic.
But it had, holy shit, the cast of this movie. You get fucking the wacky cast of characters. You get John Malkovich as Cyrus the Virus, who has killed more people than cancer. I like the little backstories they're giving everybody.
The character.
It's like reading the back of a trading card.
Yep,
it is. Getting the stats.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then you get Ving Rhames as the Diamond Dog, motherfucker. You get Danny Trejo as our wacky rapist, Johnny 23. He's Johnny 600 if everyone knew the truth about it.
Yeah.
You get Dave Chappelle as Pinball.
He might have been the gardener on a certain island. That's all I'm saying.
But you get as John Malkovich's words, not mine, YouTube, a 2-bit Negro crackhead named Pinball. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Parrothead? How you doing?
What's up? Hey. I think that was my favorite part of the movie.
His death
was Pinball.
When he went out of the plane.
Yep.
That was great.
Or not when he sets Cochise on fire. He keeps calling him Cochise.
Oh yeah, that was funny too.
The last Mohican's burning.
Oh shit.
And all right. Also, the guard, the female guard on the plane. Why would you have a female guard on this plane to begin with? Is pretty fucking damn stupid. But anyway.
Yep.
So it's the chick from Total Recall. It like all these. Yeah, I know, right? especially when Johnny 23 was going to be.
Right?
No wait, those are Death Wish movies.
Because it was 97, and again, they were already pushing the feminism shit back then. That's why she was on.
There you go. I was just going to say the same damn thing, Adam. And we've talked about that numerous times. That this shit was getting pushed in the mid '80s.
Yep.
And you started starting to see it show up in the movies in the '90s.
Yeah,
but it's not even in the movies. They're like in the '90s. I remember around here, the police precincts were hiring a lot of women, and not big women. These were not big women.
No, yeah, we're reaching the end stage of that shit now.
One of them posed for Playboy. There was this chick around here, the 45th precinct, the precinct of my neighborhood. Yep, she posed for fucking Playboy.
Well, you remember that gremlin that ran a train on her at the precinct?
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh god, somebody posted that and that thing from what was it the guy's name was Cashman or something, the one that did all the fraud.
Bankman Fried,
Bankman Fried. Yeah.
We're putting together a team.
Yeah, it's like these gross, it's like the ugly. It's like a nude beach. The people you don't want to see naked are the ones that are there, and it's like the ones that are into the freaky sex shit are the ones you don't want to even think about sex around.
Oh yeah.
Parrothead knows the Playboy issue I'm talking about.
That's awesome. Yeah, the first female cop was actually my English teacher.
The first female cop ever?
No, in New York. In New York. Yeah.
In Queens?
I don't remember what part.
Was that the one you showed us a picture of, and she's still kind of hot?
Yep.
Yeah, damn.
Well, yeah, it was a super old picture of her, but yeah.
Well, you know what? After watching this movie this time, I was like, how come they never made a PlayStation game of this? This would have made a great fucking PlayStation, especially if the end level, it would have been the way the end of Vice City was. You know, when you're chasing the fire truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
You would have beat them to the punch doing that shit.
Where do you think they got a lot of this shit from? I mean, the stuff they put in those games.
Grand Theft is direct Scarface shit, you know. So much Scarface stuff in the Grand Theft.
A lot of the big action sequences and stuff that happen in those games, they got them from these big movies that we.
Yeah.
Well, they did that with Medal of Honor. It was literally a ripoff of Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan, the opening, yeah.
Yeah.
The first Medal of Honor, it opened up the same way, right? Where you storm in the beach.
Yeah, it's like a shot for shot. You're on the delivery thing and you run through the same course. I was like, yeah. Somebody watched that film.
Yeah.
But all right. Also, part of the cast, Nicolas Cage's hair. That thing should have fucking
whatever dead brat. Yeah.
His hair should have gotten its own fucking credit in this fucking movie. Because goddamn, it's magnificent. It barely moves. But look, it's flowing right here.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. Nothing standing up. So
yeah, I mean,
all right, I'm convinced that he still had the long hair from the failed Superman movie that didn't get made, that they still managed to waste $180 million on.
That's either hair plugs or a wig, because this guy's bald.
Yeah,
well, I mean, 97, he did Face Off in 97 as well, and another.
Face Off. Also 97, that's right.
That's why I watched this movie too, because there was a couple of them that he did that were fun, and this one I like big parts of it, but he was so cheap.
It just confirmed him as it was funny to see him as a would-be action star, because I don't know, it's just that perfect kind of silly movie though, right?
He's like the ongoing joke in Hollywood kind of.
Yeah.
But he
became a whole movie, right? And the little skinny guy's gonna do nothing, right?
Well, also it's all right. So he's gotten also to this very weird point in his career where he doesn't turn things down. It seems, right?
Oh yeah, he was just taking everything.
Okay, now it's because he owed the IRS, right? So there you go. He was in the same fucking boat as Wesley Snipes. He had to fucking make movies to fucking please Mr. Taxman.
Dude, you want to hear something freaking hilarious about Nick Cage
What's
that
up,
I
Curtis?
encountered?
What's up?
So
Oh,
in 2006, when I moved down to Southern California, I was trying to get to my office, and all the traffic was blocked off, and it was down in Newport Beach. And I was like, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? And the cops directing traffic. He's like, I don't know. There's some joker or something broke into someone's house and, did something or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. We just cordoned off the area. Don't worry. We'll get you moving. I'm like, okay. And then I later learned that the reason why there was all this like hullabaloo or whatever was because some wacko broke into Nicolas Cage's house in Newport Beach, got naked, and was discovered by Nicolas Cage in Nicolas Cage's bed. It was a dude.
Like a Goldilocks type scenario?
And it was a dude.
Wait, what did Nicolas Cage do when he walked in to see a naked man in his home?
Well, clearly he called the cops, but like...
I'm
Like,
a
I was just
vampire.
like-
I'm a vampire. I'm a
He
vampire.
said, he said, put the bunny back in your pants.
But can
All right.
you imagine that?
Sir, it's very nice to meet you, but could you please put your pants back on?
I didn't even fucking realize this.
What's that?
Con Air and Face Off. All right, they both came out in 97. They both came out in the same fucking month
Yeah,
in 97.
back to back.
Holy shit.
I
It was
was
a Nicolas Cage summer in 97.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Con Air, June 6th. Face Off, June 27.
Yep.
Nicolas Cage gave everyone a couple weeks to take a breather, and he was like, all right, I'm coming back strong.
Well, you know what? It wouldn't be the first time an actor did two jobs at the same time. I wouldn't be surprised at that. You remember Michael J. Fox when he got brought on for Back to the Future?
Yeah.
He was also doing Family Ties, yeah.
He was still doing Family Ties,
yep.
so
Yep.
he couldn't go over there and film until after his Family Ties stuff was done. So he was doing double duties all the damn time.
Yeah.
No, I was just like it was just weird seeing that, like, two blockbuster action movies in the same month starring the same guy. It was just strange seeing that,
Yeah, don't forget too. A lot of those movies, there's some of them like they'll keep in the can for a little while. They're doing a lot of production. So some movies are delayed. So maybe he filmed them back to back. Maybe he did part of them at the same time. But they could also be like, okay, one was finished like months prior, and just in post production longer.
Oh, you didn't do that on your own? It knocked you out automatically?
Randomly shot me out of the. I was like, "What just happened?"
Yeah, StreamYards has been a piece of shit for a long time.
It was your turn finally to get.
Well, I posted the.
It's because you posted that Nicolas Cage thing.
Yeah. I posted that Nicolas Cage. He actually had to sell his mansion because of the naked intruder.
What's up, Stig? Thanks for stopping in, Stig.
Damn.
What, couldn't he just sell his bed?
Like burn that thing.
I don't know, man. It could be like the whole spider syndrome. You see a big enough spider, you just want to burn the whole house down or move it. Maybe it's like that, or maybe it's like that. Like that spirit. You don't think you can exercise it out there because every time you walk in that room,
Guys,
he might have been better off selling.
Guys, more importantly, shut up, everyone. More importantly, Parrot had sent me the Playboy cover.
Of the chick from
the cop,
the 45th precinct.
Yep.
Oh damn.
Where
I
is
remember this one too.
Oh yeah. Carol Shia. That was her name. Let me see. Let me get rid of Nicolas Cage's hair for a minute.
Yeah. She has better hair. But barely.
Barely.
Yeah, she had a fucking slamming body on her.
Oh,
This chick.
hell yeah. She was a smoke show and a half.
Yeah, and they ended up firing her because she had the precinct pin on the fucking front cover.
Oh, yep.
And that was a big no-no to them.
Yep.
And then I think eventually this chick ended up doing like Skinamax movies.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well,
She's
let
getting
her
her belly
in. There you
button
go.
plugged.
She knows what she's good for. Oh,
She's good with my 45.
But yeah, hold on. I gotta get Nicolas Cage's hair back. Gotta get the hair back on screen. How do I live? That's the song. Every time Nicolas Cage, every time his wife is around, Leanne Rimes starts playing in the background. But so yeah, there was this Face Off and The Rock. That's like the unofficial Nicolas Cage like training wheels of his action career.
Yeah.
And The Rock, I've only seen that movie once. I don't know. I didn't get into it the way I did this one and Face Off, because this one and Face Off I've seen well over fucking 20, 30 times probably.
Yeah. Dude, this used to be on like TNT and TBS. And
and Face Off. Yep, this and Face Off would be on all the time.
There was a scene that
played the shit out of these movies.
There was a scene that they cut out too with Steve Buscemi where he was covered in blood. His arms. I think it was in the on the DVD, one of the deleted scenes or something.
What, when he did that to the little girl?
No, it wasn't the little girl.
Actually do something to the little girl? Yeah.
No, not to the little girl. He murdered someone, I think, on the plane or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There was a scene that they did cut out.
Yeah, I was telling you guys the part where Steve Buscemi wanders off the plane and he runs into this fucking girl who's hanging out in a dirty ass abandoned pool.
Your friend
my friend is fucking demented. Yes, he told me a whole bunch of shit in this scene that didn't fucking happen. I don't know why he told me this.
I do now. Having hung out with you enough, I could so see why somebody would burn you like that. It's a perfect setup. I mean, seriously, right? You're first watching this movie, you know he's done some evil shit, but you don't know what because they don't really tell you. And there he is with a little girl playing Tea Party, and you knew he killed 60-some people.
Yeah, because he told me that he's like a fucking psycho who murdered a bunch of people. He told me that he's like in the Hannibal Lecter type fucking shackles and shit.
And said he wore the one girl's head for 3 cities.
He drove through 3 states wearing a girl's head as a hat. Yeah. But I also like everyone's afraid of him. Every single person on this fucking well, except for John Malkovich. John Malkovich is like, this is no way to treat a celebrity.
Yeah. Malkovich was really good.
He was awesome in this. Yep. Oh, he was such a good fucking villain in this, man.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite parts of this.
I thought him and Ving Rhames, I thought they did the 2 best jobs in this movie.
Yeah.
Ving Rhames, I don't know why, because it's not even really that funny. But when Ving Rhames goes right up into Nicolas Cage's face and goes, "Yeehaw! What's on your mind, hillbilly?" I don't know why I laugh at that so much. But yeah, so he's a fighting man, fighting to protect his woman in Mobile, Alabama. And Skeeter's trying to hit on my pregnant wife.
Not Skeeter.
Skeeter catches his own knife to the throat, and Cameron Poe goes into jail for involuntary manslaughter. Now, this happened in Mobile, Alabama. Where the fuck do they put him? Because Alabama, I don't know, last I looked at a map, that's not near Las Vegas.
No, not even close.
So where the fuck did he end up going to jail?
I mean, you would think, first off, he's coming. My biggest problem with this movie is the opening, like what Tommy's saying, man. Like, because it starts off and it instantly, it's just no. You know something's wrong when the dude's starting the shit, and she's supposedly pregnant. Well, if he's not even out the military yet, how is she pregnant?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe Skeeter was the father.
That's why he's so
he had to die.
That's what I was going to say, man. That's why
Skeeter skeeted inside her.
Hold on. I got another theory like the one I played earlier. So what if this is also tied to Raising Arizona, and he gets arrested in Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, so wait, now Cameron Poe is the fucking same character from Raising Arizona? We're gonna get everybody playing the same.
When he sees his wife and she put on that 5 pounds, then he goes and runs to Arizona and gets arrested, you know.
See, there you go, man. Like the one guy said at Happy Gilmore, it's all a big circle. It's all a big circle.
Yeah.
It's all in the hips.
Frankie got paper cuts from that issue. That's not how you're supposed to use magazines.
Jeez.
Damn. I hope you laminated it.
Oh shit.
The capo.
Oh god. That's hilarious.
Yeah, also, all right, that's what I found funny when this movie came out. Isn't Con Air a fucking hairdryer?
Yes.
That's why Frankie made that joke earlier.
Oh, okay.
On hair.
Oh, no, I thought he was just talking about the luxurious fucking do that Nicolas Cage has.
Yeah, but that works too. Yeah, but that was the
hair dryer.
Yeah, Lieutenant O'Brien, that's Colm Meaney, right? That's Discount Gene Hackman?
Yes, that's Gene Hackman.
Okay, yeah. I didn't. That was who he was on Next Generation, right?
Cusack was the worst part of this entire movie.
Cusack. Yeah, he didn't even need to be in this movie. They could have got someone else to fucking play that role.
Yeah,
dude, a stop sign would have been better.
Yeah, like I said, his sister would have been better. At least we had some tits to look at. Jeez, this guy's horrible.
That chick with the fucking Drago buzz cut could have played that role.
Yeah. Oh, that 12-year-old boy? Yeah.
Yeah, the cute chick with the fucking pompadour. The cute chick with the pompadour.
Yep. She could have been the marshal.
She could have been a member of the Wanderers with that pompadour.
Did she even have a speaking line?
Yeah, like one or two fucking lines. Like at the end, she's standing there in Vegas.
Her scenes are more memorable than John Cusack.
Cusack.
Elsack.
Ballsack?
That's true.
Yeah, I was saying, like I said before, Bud Bundy could have played that fucking role, man.
Grandmaster B.
Bull from Night Court could have played that role.
Oh, Richard Mall, that guy's awesome.
That would be great.
That was awesome.
Fuck this shit. What's his name, man? Fucking Al Bundy. Ed O'Neill would have been great.
Oh, hell yeah.
He would have brought so much more to this role.
Yeah, you know what? I could have seen him. I could have seen him playing the DEA guy. He would have been probably fucking awesome as the DEA.
Ed O'Neill is a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
he's a badass. Yeah, he's been studying Brazilian jiu-jitsu for a long time.
Holy shit. Booty time.
That's what we should have. That's what across the USA.
That's right.
Fucking Ford Fairlane.
Yes.
Well, think about it, right? Look at the males of today that would go picking on an old man that knows jiu-jitsu and then get their asses handed to him, just like Happy Gilmore did when he was
Bob Barker.
That did happen. Someone tried to rob him in California.
Ed O'Neill?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit after they had just finished.
They didn't put the bunny back in the box.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, they said he fucking choked this guy out in like a second. I think I was trying to steal his watch or something, and he fucking he took him down.
But Ford Fairlane, that's another movie that had a fucking great cast. So many fucking people in that shit.
Oh yeah.
I think I got to do that movie soon.
Oh yeah, man, I would love to see that.
But holy shit, fucking Robert Englund was in it. Morris Day was in it.
Yeah. Gilbert Gottfried was
Gilbert Gottfried, Priscilla Presley, Robert Goulet.
Yeah.
Anything with Robert Goulet, you must watch.
Yeah. Well, License to Kill, that's when he was in.
But so
he was in a Bond movie.
This gets a little. This is where it gets a little. Where we get into bullshit Hollywood territory. So, all right. 8 years, did they say? He got 8 years, and or did they say that he got a shorter sentence for good behavior or whatever? Anyway,
I can't recall.
They put him on a plane with a bunch of death row inmates and fucking people who have been interviewed by Geraldo Rivera and all this bullshit that that the guard is saying. Is that how prison transfers work? I mean, no, I'm not a guard or anything.
Would we have a 15-minute movie if it was about him and then not in the fucking car and then he does jail time and then he goes home to his...
Yeah, this whole movie could have been avoided if he would have just gotten in the car like his wife did. Yeah. But nah, he had to face off with Skeeter and the boys.
Or he should have just broke Skeeter's nose in the bar and then they could have left.
Well, yeah, he didn't have to fucking use Skeeter's own knife on him, right? He could have just strangled. He could have strangled him with a strand of his mullet.
But listen, he didn't have a mullet at that point. I think he had it because he was the father.
Underneath that short hair, there was a mullet waiting to get out.
Just waiting. But you have to go to prison for the mullet.
That guy impregnated his wife, so he had it.
Yeah.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
But yeah, I forgot Bubba Gump. We got fucking Bubba Gump is his pal.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's only two men. There's only two men in the world that Cameron Poe trusts, and it's him and Bubba Gump.
Yeah, he most likely shrimp.
Snowball, coconut chocolate cake candies too. Cupcakes too. Yeah. It's a right?
Yeah. This movie also seemed to offend Adam's diabetic sense.
Yeah, he got it all wrong.
So he's a diabetic, but he makes friends by giving him a ho-ho snowball. I mean, if the sexual tension isn't there, my friend, but a host of some pink little ball of garbage that I would rather die than eat one of those.
Right.
But yeah, that had me dying in the whole movie. Oh no, my insulin. No. And like, okay, first off, to your point, he'd have had his insulin before they put his ass on the plane. Now, we'll give it to you. No, that's not how that shit works. And two, he's sitting there dying throughout half the movie, and then they give it to him, and he acts like he's fine. Yeah, that shit doesn't work that way either.
Oh, he stopped sweating too. Remember, he was sweating bullets, and then all of a sudden he gets the shot, and he stops sweating.
My blood sugar's been 500, and I've been waiting on it to go down for 3 hours, and dealing with shit. You don't get the sweats like that. Like, this dude was like a fucking waterfall. This fucking God, it was hilariously backwards. Normally, if you're sweating like that, your blood sugar is low as shit, not high.
But wait, that's right.
It just keep that in mind. You don't know from the beginning he's a diabetic. You find out afterwards. But mind you, he's already given him the little pink snowballs. Giggity. Or is that a pearl necklace?
Well, that's right. Vince Neil was also in Ford Fairlane, right?
Oh,
Wasn't Vince Neil in Ford Fairlane?
Yeah, because didn't he see a couple of the bands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was.
Tone Loc, I think, was in it.
Oh, yeah, Tone Loc was
definitely in it.
Funky Cole Medina.
Yep.
Yeah, Tone Loc was in a lot of shit. He was in Ace Ventura.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
He was the voice of the lizard in Fern Gully.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one with those big blue people, James Cameron. Right?
Yep, pretty much. Pretty fucking much.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm still like befuddled by Tommy not liking this movie. But this movie boring Tommy. I just don't get it. Did you see Face Off, Tommy?
Yeah, I couldn't stand Face Off.
Oh God!
I am not a huge fan of John Travolta to begin with.
Who is?
Yeah, really.
Apparently, the guys he picks up at gyms at night. I don't know.
Oh shit!
Damn,
Tom Cruise.
I mean, or the masseuses he tries to get hand jobs from.
Yeah,
I didn't like that Punisher with
Thomas Jane.
Yeah, Travolta fucked that whole movie up.
And Travolta was like one of the biggest drawbacks to me in that movie. And then, like I'd mentioned to Chris, I mentioned a couple of you guys. I'd seen that Battlefield Earth.
Yeah.
His name's Christopher. That was horrible.
I refuse to see that piece of shit movie. But yeah, Travolta is the reason why the Punisher wasn't in New York. They were going to do it in like either New York or Chicago. And they ended up going to Tampa because that's where Travolta had a home and his plane was there.
Wait! The cast and crew had to appease him.
Yep, he was the biggest star apparently, and it was in his contract.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was in his contract. And Thomas Jane, when he found that out, he was trying to break the contract. He wasn't going to play him anymore, and he's like he couldn't get out of it. So he was like, fuck it.
That's fucking stupid.
Yep, because he said that. He said it was retarded. He goes, what the hell? He goes, then this isn't the Punisher. You're going to put him in Tampa, Florida?
Yeah, what the fuck was that? They kill his family in Puerto Rico. First of all, they don't just kill his wife. They kill his entire family, like his uncles and cousins. And it's like, okay, you overdid it there.
Yeah, you think?
Who was the chick that played his wife in that one? The one that they fucking ran down. Some hot chick.
It's been so long.
I remember
the chick who played Travolta's wife. Oh my god, that woman was hot as fucking hell.
Getting the gay guy to kill her was pretty funny. Or whatever. I can't even remember. I saw it in the theaters though, and it was just
the Thomas Jane one.
Yeah. I remember going and seeing it opening night.
Rebecca Romijn.
Rebecca Romijn was the girl in the hotel.
Yeah. I was trying to see some of the bitches that were in this movie.
Yeah, I'm trying. I forgot who played his wife. I can't find. I knew it was a well-known. It wasn't Julie Benz because Julie Benz was in Punisher Warzone.
Well, Tommy, didn't you at least enjoy Travolta's end in the movie? And that was a good way for him to go out.
See, what the problem with that movie was, it wasn't a Punisher movie. It was a good action movie. I will say that it was a good action movie, but I didn't buy him as Samantha Mathis. That's who it is.
Okay,
that's who it was.
She played.
She was in Broken. Yeah, she's Punisher's wife in the Thomas Jane one. Yeah.
Why do I not remember that?
Yeah, she was also in that retarded Bob Hoskins Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm looking at her when she was younger. I'm like, okay, I recognize her now. Wow, she really did hit that fucking wall.
Yeah,
they all do.
Yeah,
shame. Not all of them, man.
All right,
the wall claims them all.
She looks her age. I'll just say she looks her age. It
didn't claim. I'll say it over and over again. Didn't claim Elizabeth Hurley or Salma Hayek or
yet.
Didn't claim Halle Berry. She still looks good.
Yeah, we know. Well, Halle Berry, she has that secret sauce in her. But the other two, we know the other sauce that they drink, and it sounds like Google Chrome.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was my Korean baby foreskin on them.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff.
Sofia Vergara. Does Sofia Vergara drink baby blood?
She was tied to a couple of pretty big names in Hollywood, so that's possible.
Hey, look, we saw Salma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn covered in blood, so we already know what she's doing.
She looked damn good.
Damn vampire.
Yeah. Holy fucking hell. She still looks fucking good.
Yeah. Yes, she does.
It's weird, too, because, you look at a lot of Zoomers, and they're starting to look like 40-year-olds now.
Yeah, but, all right, see, obviously, women like Salma Hayek and Elizabeth Hurley, obviously, they've got work done, but they don't get it to the point where they look like round 15 in a Rocky movie. Like Madonna looks like Madonna looks like fucking she got her fucking head kicked in by an elephant.
Madonna's not
if only.
Yeah.
She looks like Glass Joe after a fight in Super Punch
after round one. Yeah, she's Glass Joe after round one. Yes. Oh, she's like when you lose in Street Fighter and you fucking Ryu's missing teeth and he's got a black eye.
Yeah, that's pretty perfect, dude. That crazy bitch was doing her blood treatments on a live thing on Instagram. She's a psycho.
Ugh.
Which one?
Madonna.
She's also
she was getting infusions, blood bags and shit and all that on her freaking Instagram.
She's also a living, breathing STD. Ugh.
Oh yeah. Ugh. What the hell?
I got them all.
My friend said more people ran through her than the redcoats.
He's not wrong.
She's like the village bicycle. Everybody's had her.
Oh yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, mass transit.
Wait, that's the one thing I could say Con Air was missing was titties. We could have used a good titty scene in Con Air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get that.
Getting on there. Yeah.
But then, all right, if it was during when Johnny 23 was going to try to rape Melina from Total Recall, then it would have been the same when we're watching fucking Death Wish movies. And you get the guilty boner. You don't want to get. No, I don't want
to. Wait. There would be no guilty boner because he saves her. So all they had to do was just flash her tits. It would have been great.
No, dude, when in the Death Wish movie, when Jeff Goldblum, who by the way is still on
he's still out there.
When he sodomizes.
When he like
daughter.
sprayed the bullseye on that chick's butthole, I found that funny. I didn't find that sexually arousing. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. It was like, dude, you have this woman, you can do whatever you want. You decide to take a spray can and spray her asshole. Like, what is wrong?
If Jeff Goldblum was on this plane, if he was one of his characters was one of the convicts on the plane.
Yeah, they replaced Steve Buscemi with Jeff Goldblum.
He made it out west and continued his fucking crime spree.
No, that's why they put him in the Marvel Thor movie in that little planet by himself where he's the Queen King,
Yeah.
Wait, what fucking Marvel movie did they put him in?
The Thor one.
Thor.
That horrible. Okay. I didn't see
collector.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, he's the collector.
Oh, okay. I remember the character.
That was Ragnarok. I can't even remember.
Ragnarok. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
I don't know
when Hulk was in it. Where he was fighting him as a gladiator.
Thor 2 made me not want to see Thor 3. So
yeah,
because Thor 2 sucked balls.
I only saw it once in theaters. I was like, "What is this shit?"
Yeah, it got worse. Like it just went down. Like
it was the same thing with Iron Man. Iron Man 2 made me not want to see Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
It
was such a piece of shit.
Iron Man 2 sucked.
Mm-hmm. Iron Man 2 is gold compared to 3 because 3 is when Disney took over and it just completely shit the bed.
Oh, not only that, but I saw that
they were already.
Yeah, I thought Disney started.
Yeah, Disney already owned it. But like, dude, I saw the Chinese version of Iron Man 3. Like, apparently, it's got
cut all the black people out.
Well, they cut the black people out, but like,
didn't they do a bait switch with the Mandarin? Didn't they do a bait?
No. In Iron Man 3, dude, get this. They have this huge Chinese like CCP propaganda bit. It's like 20 minutes long. And if you watch the original Iron Man 3, like the American version, and you watch the credits, they do that like little thing before they, before the scrolling credits come in, and they'll show like little vignettes of characters, and they're like, it's Robert Downey Jr., it's whoever. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's Bing Bing Woo or whatever. You're like, who the fuck was that? Like, you're like, I don't remember that. Well, because in the Chinese version, there's this whole 20-minute bit where he goes to China to get his thing removed from his chest because no American doctors were smart enough to be able to pull that out without killing him. So there's this huge 20-minute thing about how great the Chinese doctors were under the CCP, and it had that Bing Bing Ling or whatever her name is, or Wu Bing Bing. I was like, that chick is hot as fuck, but like, yeah, this was completely like hilarious propaganda.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's great.
Totally not surprised.
Well, I wonder what the Chinese version of Con Air would have been.
Well, there would have been no Ving Rhames would have been cut out entirely.
Yeah, they would have put Polo Young.
No Ving Rhames, no Dave Chappelle.
No, they would have thrown him out of the plane sooner.
Dude, instead of Danny Trejo, it's Chong Li. You bleed like Mali. Mali, good fuck.
No, Jackie Chan in that Chung Li outfit.
You would have been that Troon there, that whatever that was.
Oh God! You know what's all right? The gay dude in this. I saw that dude in another movie. He's playing a gang member, and he's not doing that voice at all. He's not. Hey, he's not doing that shit at all.
What the?
I can't remember what fucking movie it was, but he was like a fucking like a vato, like that type of shit.
That was so that was unnerving watching that. Like that dude. I'm like, what is that?
97.
He puts the dress on and he goes up to Cyrus and he's like, "What can I do?" And Cyrus hands him the fucking machine gun and puts a fucking banana clip between where his tits would be if he was a woman. He's like, scratch their eyes out. He's like, you got it.
Yeah, that was Yeah, see, they were always pushing that shit. This movie's such a woke pile of shit.
No, the gay dude is the villain, and we got plenty of black villains in this, so it's not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not modern day agenda. You know,
the heroes were all white, and the villains.
It would have been a plane full of the Aryan Brotherhood if it was.
Chris, say that one more time.
What? That all the villains of the movie were black and all the heroes were white.
That's the sound clip I want.
It can't be too woke, you know.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
well,
we can't have that anymore.
We got a multi-culty cast of villains, though. We got Colombian villain. We got the fucking black supremacist villain. The Diamond Dog. He's supposed to be like a black militant. We got that guy, that skinhead who gets on the plane and starts screaming, "We got the plane!" And Dave Chappelle tells him to shut up. Didn't he have a swastika on the side of his head?
I think he did.
Well, yeah, man, they all came together to be pieces of shit. There was no.
It was a shit salad.
Yeah,
it was like the EU on a plane.
Yeah. Wait a minute. If it was the EU on a plane, it wouldn't have even made it off the runway without exploding.
So the dude who finds out about Cameron Poe, that Billy Bedlam. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember what other movies I've seen that guy in. You know, the one who wouldn't put the bunny back in the box.
Right.
Should have put the bunny.
Let's see. Yeah, his name, Nick Chinlund. The fuck kind of name is that?
I have no idea.
He sure did act like a big cunt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it also says he's a voice actor.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
I could hear that. Yeah, he had
Eraser. Was that the Schwarzenegger movie?
Yep. You've been erased. Remember the railgun? It was like a sniper railgun.
I
through walls.
All right, was that the one where he's launched out of the fucking the ejector seat, and then the plane is like playing a game of chicken with him, and he starts shooting at the fucking plane?
Well, I remember there was a scene with a CGI alligator or something.
Was James Caan in this? Was James Caan in Eraser?
I believe so.
Okay, so that's the one part I saw of Eraser. Oh yeah, okay, I see. Vanessa Williams, James Caan.
Yeah, Vanessa Williams. She looked good in that.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, she was fucking hot as hell.
That's Vanessa L. Williams, though.
Okay, Billy Bedlam was in the 2 Riddick movies.
Okay.
Okay, no, this is... Wait, what is this?
Wait, they made 2 Riddick movies or 3?
Oh, no. All right. No, because there's 2 in 2004, but one of them was a fucking animated. It was an animated short, it said.
There was Pitch Black. Then there was the Chronicles of Riddick, and then they just called the final. No, then there was Riddick, and then the third one was called the Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh, and so there are 3 just regular Riddick.
Yeah, three.
Well, 2004 was Chronicles of Riddick.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was the last one, and that was when he did the Escape from Butcher Bay game and stuff. Because I was at a studio where he was trying to shop around that shit.
Yeah,
and he finally just made Tygon his game company.
Yeah. But it said there was an animated short in the same year that movie came out.
Oh yeah.
That's when they had the feminist with the pearls, the wrestler. What the hell's his name?
Batista,
right? Batista was in the
feminist with the pearls.
Yeah, he got it. The male.
Oh shit, in '96, fucking he voiced Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm.
The guy with the bunny?
Yeah, Billy Bedlam, yep.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
Nice.
What was this? Defenders of the Realm?
Yeah, that was so that might have been the live action one with Kung Lao, Kristana Loken.
It says animated.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that's just that shitty cartoon.
Luke Perry as Sub-Zero.
Yeah, that's that shitty cartoon on the USA Network. Yeah.
Never watched it.
Is Luke Perry the one that died?
Yeah, Luke Perry was fucking Jungle Boy's father.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, Clancy Brown was the voice of Raiden.
Yep.
Nice.
Man. Yeah, those USA cartoons were so awful, dude.
I never even fucking knew of this.
So they had Mortal Kombat Defenders of Earthrealm. Then they had...
it says they had a Street Fighter one, too?
A Street Fighter one. That's the one where you get the meme of M. Bison going, yes! Yes! And then, they had Darkstalkers, which looked awful. And
really?
They had the Savage Dragon and, the Wildcats and stuff, and it was just so, unwatchable.
A really bad studio.
How would you, man? How could you do fucking Darkstalkers and make it shitty? That seems something that would be a slam dunk to make fucking good.
Did you see so there's a meme going around where they show West versus East, and they show West, and they show Morrigan there. You know, the hot vampire.
Yeah, the succubus.
Yeah, they show her, and it says West, and then they show what she looks like in the anime, because they made a bunch of Japanese movies too. Like,
let me guess, she's flat as a board, right?
Well, it looks like you know that who's that gross Jewish chick that like held up the severed head of the fake severed
Kathy
head of
Griffin.
Yeah, it looked like Kathy Griffin with a wig.
Oh God!
Like, yeah, that was the USA cartoon version of Morrigan.
Kathy Griffin looks like Andy Dick with a wig.
Yeah, well, Andy Dick after chemo, dude. Like the eyebrows are gone. The freaking, she's got like did you see her latest photo there that they were showing her?
Oh, where she looks gray? She's got like that. Yeah, she's got like gray Beetlejuice type skin. Yeah.
Wow.
Like the aliens are among us. This one has eyes. This one can see.
Holy shit. Well, there's rumors that she's actually, was it Vanderbilt or something? That she was actually a dude, and the missing one. Who's the one on CNN with the white hair?
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper's brother, who they did bad things to.
What? That's Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, that's what they. Yeah, that's what the rumor is online. That's actually Anderson Cooper's brother, the one that they were doing horrible things to.
Wait, Anderson Cooper's related to Andy Dick?
I know he took a lot of it. They said in the family pool, they emptied it out, and they were bringing Hollywood in there and celebrities to do stuff for those kids.
He got a lot of angry dick. Yeah,
allegedly. I think it's the funniest story, and I'm gonna keep pushing that everywhere I go.
Yeah, that's my headcanon.
You know what? That would have been funny seeing Andy Dick as the fucking guy wearing the dress in this.
Yeah, he's like,
they should have brought Wesley Snipes in because he actually
from fucking Tu Wong. Oh, I thought you were talking about because of Tu Wong Fu.
No, Wesley Snipes. They said Andy Dick tried to grab him when he was in the bathroom at someone's party in one of these mansions or something, and he kicked him through that shit. Yeah, he kicked him through the bathroom stall.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, good for Wesley Snipes, you know?
Yeah. Well, that and Wesley's like a wushu master.
Yeah, I know. But Wesley Snipes was another one who ended up having to do money to fucking pay the tax man.
Yep.
He actually went to prison for it. He served time, yeah.
It's to prison for tax evasion.
Yep.
But who else? There was someone else I was thinking. Okay, there was something.
He was in The Fugitive too.
Probably.
He was
U.S. Marshals, right?
U.S. Marshals, yeah, that was it.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
He's always chasing the wrong guy, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
Yeah. I didn't kill my wife. It was Wesley Snipes.
But fucking this movie, I fucking love this movie, and I always like to go back every couple years or so and watch this.
Yeah.
It really was the 2000s was where action movies really started to dip. It really started to take a fucking huge fucking downturn.
Yeah.
What's up, Chicago Cubs? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, this movie, it was a melting pot. You know, it's like the one people who could complain that they didn't have bigger roles in this would be women. But then again, why the fuck would we care? So.
Yeah, honestly, like this is probably the reason why we probably enjoyed this so much is because it was pre like girl boss, like, you know, demonizing masculinity shit.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. What was that one we watched? That prison movie we watched with the fucking Linda Blair and
Chained Heat or something.
Yeah, there you go. Like, I don't know that was a masturbation piece. What?
Cage Tate was masturbation. I beat my meat. Yeah.
I mean, could you see that unfolding on a plane? I don't know. I mean,
well, just roast
beef.
The roast beef is unfolding on the plane.
I mean, with the prison ward wouldn't have been able to fit a hot tub on that plane, you know? The hot tub would have taken up a lot of space on the Jailbird.
That movie was
the plane is called the Jailbird.
Yeah.
Or he's videotaping all the girls that he's cracking. It's like nothing will go wrong doing this.
Yeah, he was the mob boss in the Batman the Animated Series. What the fuck's his name? Not Falcone. The
warden from that movie. The warden.
Yeah, with Maroney, the one with the white hair, the fat one that looked like Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the cartoon. Yeah.
The warden voiced him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he was in the Outlaw, the Josie Whale movie as well.
Every time I've watched a Clint Eastwood Western, I've only seen bits and pieces.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, the was it the Fistful of Dollars trilogy or whatever?
Yeah, those are great. Yeah, the Man with No Name trilogy. Yeah.
What was? I'm trying to think of the one that was just on TV a while back that I was watching.
Yeah, because Good, the Bad,
probably the Unforgiven. They're always putting that one.
No, it was one of the older ones. It was one of the 60s.
The trilogy is what? A Fistful of Dollars, A Man with No Name, and A Few Dollars More, or something.
Yeah. Fistful of Dollars is for A Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah,
I got all those.
And then even the one he did with Two Mules for Sister Sarah.
Yes, that was great too. That was actually one of those surprising ones. Similar character, but the ones that were tied together were the other three because those were the Sergio Leone ones.
The newer ones like The Unforgiven. That wasn't the spaghetti western, right? Like that was actually
that's just a regular western.
Yeah. I don't know. The spaghetti western ones are pretty freaking badass.
Oh yeah, Sergio Leone was just one of the fucking best directors.
Man, now we're gonna go watch those three.
Once Upon a Time in the West, that is a must-watch as well. Bronson's in that one. Henry Ford, I think. Huh?
He shot him.
Hey. Those movies.
I can't remember the name. I can't remember which one it was that I was watching, but it was the blonde woman who was, I don't know if she was his girlfriend or his wife that he put in all his stuff. She was in this one. I can't remember. Is it Outlaw Josie Wales?
It could have been Hang 'em High. He did a lot of them, dude.
Because I'm seeing her name she was in a couple of these movies.
Okay.
Well,
he had Rob Zombie-itis, so he had to put his piece of ass in all his movies.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't even think he had a wife in The Unforgiven.
No.
Wasn't she dead or something? Because he just had the kids?
Yeah, she was dead.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, it wasn't even like that she was his girlfriend or anything. She was...
He was another character in the movie.
Yeah, she just like joined up with... Oh, man. It was... Fucking him, an Indian...
That's the Outlaw Josie Wales.
Okay, the old woman and the young woman, right? They're part of the crew too in that?
Really, the only thing in there is the... initially as a kid, there's an Indian, but they meet up with a couple other people.
Yeah. All right, so that was it then. That was it.
Yeah.
Because it was the kid, Indian, and then the dog. And then there's the dog that he keeps spitting on.
Because I liked what I saw of it. I just, couldn't get to watch the whole thing.
Yeah. That's when I was trying to find a DVD and I couldn't. I think I only watched part of that on on fucking TNT or something.
What, Outlaw Josie Wales?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The girl was the he kept calling her a squaw. She was it was almost like she was mute in Outlaw Josie Wales.
Yeah.
Isn't squaw like a female? Isn't that just a female Native American slur?
That's what I thought it was.
Well,
yeah, she was the blonde woman, right? The blonde chick.
Well, she wasn't blonde.
Blonde hair.
No, there would be no blonde if she was a squaw.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the girl.
The one who was his real life wife.
Yeah, she was his wife in real life, or like longtime girlfriend or whatever.
Wasn't she in The Gauntlet as well?
She's in one of them, yeah.
I thought so.
I saw parts of The Gauntlet. I think she was in that. She was remember that fucking movie we watched? Willard?
Yeah.
With the rats?
Mm-hmm.
She's the chick who takes a shine to Willard and he's too stupid to realize that she likes him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was fucking hot.
Yeah, she was. She was. Sandra Locke, that's her name.
Nice. Where you go, Clinton?
High Plains Drifter. Fort Apache. Wasn't this a cop movie? Wasn't Fort Apache the Bronx?
I don't remember that one.
Ken Wall. Ken Wall was in it, I think.
Oh shit! The guy from The Wanderers.
Yep, wise guy himself. Yep.
Holy shit!
Yep.
Yeah, it was called Fort Apache the Bronx, I think it was called. But anyway, has Nicolas Cage ever been in a Western? Have we ever had any cowboy movies with Nicolas? We need some Nicolas Cage cowboy movies.
Yes.
I want to see Nicolas Cage as a cowboy.
I feel like I want to say yes to that he did a Western something.
Give him another excuse to use his accent that Vinny enjoys so much.
The one that kind of goes in and out.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Bring out the fine china. Oh, yeah, see, Frankie got it. It's Fort Apache the Bronx. Ken Wall and Paul Newman. Never seen it. I'll have to put that on the list. Cool. You know, living in the Bronx, I got to watch every movie with the fucking with this fucking shithole in it.
Don't forget that Ford Fairlane movie. We got to watch that one.
Yeah.
But we came all the way from Chicago.
Escape from the Bronx. Bronx Warriors.
The Bronx Warriors. 1990, The Bronx Warriors. Yeah. It was horrible. That shit was.
You didn't like Escape from the Bronx either?
I didn't see that one.
That's the one where the corporation goes in and they're taking over and they're massacring all the people that refuse to leave.
Never heard of this.
Oh yeah, they're going around like what's a movie with the guy with the flamethrower that you almost never see him use the flamethrower?
The Exterminator.
Right. So it's kind of like that, except these guys are actually using flamethrowers and just burning up the residents that refuse to leave.
Yeah, I was highly disappointed watching that movie, The Exterminator. This motherfucker uses the flamethrower like once at the end of the movie. This fucking the fucking cover is him with the fucking helmet on, and he's fucking using the like. I was very pissed off. False advertising. Wow. I felt ripped off. They made a couple of those movies.
I'm pretty sure it's the same kid from Bronx Warriors 1990. I'm pretty sure it's the same kid that's in Escape from the Bronx.
That scrawny Puerto Rican looking dude, right?
God damn it, this thing keeps messing up on StreamYards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same kid.
That scrawny Puerto Rican dude, yeah.
The one in Con Air with the dress?
He's like kind of the same, Puerto Rican looking face. Mm-hmm. But, jeez. This fucking movie, I know we didn't really talk about it too much. We went into a bunch of other fucking things. But, I give this fucking movie a full 10. Only thing that was missing was titties, but the action kind of made up for it. What do you say, Vinny?
I'd say about 7.5. I'd go. I still liked it. There's a lot of good things in it, but there's a lot of bad shit in it.
His voice, you can't get past it, can you?
Yeah, that mullet, that voice. John Cusack turns my stomach.
But, Cusack he's a pissant. He has nothing. I barely even fucking consider him in this movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I did. Yeah. I would have gone a little higher. Yeah, had there been titties, I would have went with an 8. But about 7.5 is pretty good. And considering I met 3 people in this movie, I'll say two. I want to remove John Cusack. I met two people who were on the plane. So that's Danny Trejo and Steve Buscemi. So, yeah, good stuff.
And he didn't try to make you number 24, did he?
No. Dude, he looked like a cockroach. I saw him on the convention floor, like running around. He was very nice, though.
I was gonna say, I heard he is a fan-friendly guy. I heard.
Yeah. He's a cool dude. Everybody liked him. Yeah, good dude.
I don't even know if Tommy could give a score on this if he fell asleep.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll do. For the theory stuff that we put out there about some of the characters in the movie, the Guinea Pig Collective will give it 1 paw up.
All right. I was gonna say how many mullets you're gonna give this.
Come on. John,
I'm not. The guinea pig's not laying down. He's not. He's not sitting. So I mean, a paw up is still a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We lost Adam, so.
Adam is going to give it a 10 plus.
He's going to give it 7.5 mullets.
Yeah, I think just because of Dave Chappelle flying out of the plane, that was worth it. That was great.
Pinball. But his name was Pinball. I like that. Fucking when he's running next to the plane and the fucking Indian guy he set on fire, he's just laughing and fucking saying something to anybody.
Yeah. And he got caught in the
gear, in the fucking landing gear. Yeah. And fucking fucking Ving Rhames says to Cyrus, he's like, "We lost pinball." It's like Cyrus, like, "Oh, that's a shame. I liked pinball." He calls him a 2-bit Negro crackhead. Next time you want to pick a human shield, try not to pick a 2-bit Negro crackhead.
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to revise it. I will give it an 8 just because it's got Malkovich in that line.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying, Tommy?
I was saying our is coming up. He almost had it right. That would be lost ball sack, drops it down a crotch. 12:20 a.m.
Oh shit.
What do you say, Chris? What do you give this?
I give it about a 7. I'd say a solid 7. I mean, it's a good film, but yeah, there's a lot of like Chi-Com appeal that kind of turns me off. I don't know, like the mullet kind of scares me too. I mean, I'm a little scared of the mullet.
Don't be scared of the mullet, Chris. Embrace it.
I was disappointed that Johnny.
Do we have to have a Sigmund Freud talk about your deep-rooted obsession with the mullet? Tell me, Christopher, when you were a young lad, did you have a mullet, and is that why it upset you so much now today?
Is the mullet in the room with you now?
Yeah, well, it just makes me wonder if like Nicolas Cage also had like a mullet merkin. Like he had like a dwarf and a leg lock, but like. No, it just like I was disappointed.
He puts a little Superman costume down there.
Yeah, little cape and little booties. And then Johnny 23 didn't get his 24 there with Molina. And then the Troon kind of the Troons always take a point off. Like I would have given this an 8. But the Troons, that's an instant.
Oh, he wasn't a Troon. He was just a regular gay. He's an ordinary. He's an ordinary gay.
Well, they put him in a dress, and he's like, "That's gun barrels." I'm like, "Okay, I'm out."
Yeah, it was very disturbing. I'm going to revise it again. It goes back to a 7.5.
Well, when you're talking about the addition and that kind of stuff, you got to remember this goes back even earlier than the 90s or the 80s and everything like that. And like Adam was saying earlier, we started seeing it or noticing it a little bit more in the 80s. But I mean, it was happening in the 70s. So 1979 Car Wash, they had the one guy who was dressing up as a female.
Bro, we got this shit we got this shit far back as All in the Family.
What about Dog Day Afternoon?
Yeah, Dog Day Afternoon. All in the Family touched on that subject a lot.
It was a gradual erosion. They put it in, and it's kind of like how video games are now $80. They put stupid shit in, and more people buy into it, and eventually, you go from.
Does anyone remember? Does anyone remember the show Soap?
Yep.
Yeah,
Billy Crystal
was great.
Billy Crystal was a gay character on the show.
Yeah, he was even trying to get a sex operation at one point.
Yes. Oh shit! I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that was such a good show. If you haven't rewatched it, I think it might still.
That show was fucking funny as hell.
I loved Benson in that, man. Robert Guillaume was the man in that.
He was really.
He was us. He was us watching these wackos.
Yeah.
Well, you know what though? I want to say this though about it. Like even when you're talking about like when I was saying mentioned a car wash from '79, even when they had that shit in there, they weren't beating you over the head with it.
No, they weren't.
And I think that's the biggest difference between what they were putting in back then till now. It was just okay. This is just that's what that person is.
It was like that on It was like that on Soap. You know what I'm saying? When Billy Crystal was playing the character, he wasn't doing the the overly fucking feminine voice. He was doing a normal voice.
Is that the one Michael J. Fox was in too? I'm sorry. Michael Keaton. I mean Michael Keaton.
Nope.
Yes, Chicago Cubs. There was.
No, what was he in? I thought Michael Keaton was in one of those.
No, it was the one where Mona was in it.
Yeah, Mona from Who's the Boss? Fucking Richard Mulligan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't remember who. I can't remember who the other old guy was.
Who's the white-haired dude that's like not?
That's the guy that I was thinking of. Yeah. Oh wait, are you talking about Richard Mulligan from Empty Nest?
Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah.
There was I can't remember the ventriloquist guy's name either.
That's what Chicago Cubs just brought up. He said, "Wasn't there a guy with a dummy?" I was like, "Yes."
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that one Howie Mandel?
No, he was in St. Elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, I was surprised how many like big names were in St. Elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Ordinary gay. Wasn't fucking Denzel Washington on St. Elsewhere?
Yeah, and so let's see, Denzel, Howie Mandel,
Ed Begley Jr.
Good. Who's the guy that he played? Remember the Green Mile? He was the big cop guy, Bull or Moose or whatever. He's in a lot.
I never saw the Green Mile. That's
I think the Kurgan.
That same guy who played that big
Clancy Brown, right?
No.
Yeah.
No,
he was in another movie where he was like he was like
but I'm not talking about
like a prison guard or something.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Clancy Brown. I'm talking about he was the one that was in the Green Mile that was like Tom Hanks's like security friend.
Oh, he was a cab driver guy in that other show.
Yeah, he's a kind of a big dude.
Wait, he was Joe the cab driver, the villain from last week's movie?
No, he had a TV show I think called Cabby or the Cab. I forgot. He was like a fucking cab driver that was like solving crimes or some shit.
Oh damn!
I know who you're talking about, Chris. Yeah, he's an Irish looking guy. He's round head.
Yep. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, and it was weird because he wasn't a big dude in St. Elsewhere, so he must have hit the gym.
Morse.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I know who that guy is.
Yeah, he had like a Jufro. He had a Jufro in St. Elsewhere, and then he like cut his hair and like either straightened it or did whatever. Then he fucking hit the gym and got jacked, and then he went into like these Stephen King movies, and you barely even recognizable compared to his old St. Elsewhere days.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. This motherfucker does have a big ass round head.
Yeah.
Bring up a picture.
David Morris.
Dude, that guy's
he's 6'4".
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, he's intimidating as fuck too, dude. Like, cause he's not just tall, but he's like wide.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got a fucking Charlie Brown shaped head right there.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Yeah, he's done a lot.
Yeah.
He was in 16 Blocks, a bunch of movies.
Disturbia.
Yeah.
Proof of Life. Yeah, all right. He was in this movie.
Negotiator. Yeah, that was one of his other.
This movie, fucking, oh shit, what was this called? It was Mickey Rourke, Anthony Hopkins. Something like Mickey Rourke, like he's either gonna go to jail or he escaped from jail, and they like broke into Anthony Hopkins' house, and they're like waiting for someone to come meet them so they could flee to Mexico or some shit. But yeah, this guy was it. It was him. I can't remember who else, and Mickey Rourke were the fucking three criminals. But yeah, I didn't know this guy was a fucking giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a freaking big dude. Was it Virtuoso? I'm seeing that. Hearts in Atlantis.
The Long Kiss Goodnight. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the ones that had Anthony Hopkins in it, and so I guess he did more. Did a couple movies with Anthony Hopkins.
I think it was called Desperate Hours. I think it was.
Was it that one? Yeah, that was it.
Desperate Hours, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it.
You know, one thing that Chris brought up earlier, he was talking about a lot of these TV shows where they'd have all these guest appearances. That's one thing you did see disappear by the time the 1990s started to roll around, because all throughout the 70s and the 80s, you would see these big names, people who were just coming on the scene, or people that were just making it in the showbiz, showing up on all these different shows. Like, I mean, you look at Night Court, there is a cornucopia of freaking stars that passed through the gates of freaking Night Court.
You know what show actually, though, did it like reverse? I know you guys probably fucking hate the show. I'm indifferent towards it. Friends, they were taking people who were already fucking well known and put it like fucking Christina Applegate and Reese Witherspoon. They were taking them and like putting them as like guest appearances on the show and shit.
Jeez,
damn.
But also like Seinfeld did it where they were like, okay, so you see early episodes of Seinfeld, fucking Bryan Cranston.
Yep.
Terry Hatcher.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney Cox. Although Courtney Cox was around for a long time.
I remember her. The first time I saw Courtney Cox was in a freaking Bruce Springsteen.
Yep.
And then there was a short-lived freaking awesome X-Men-like show on, I think it was ABC or NBC in the early 80s called The Misfits of Science. And
I remember the name of that show.
She was the telekinesis chick. And I was like, damn, that chick's hot.
She was on that in the fucking stupid ass He-Man movie.
Yep. With Tom Paris from Star Trek Voyager.
Fucking horrible movie.
Yes. And then, the sad thing is Dolph Lundgren made a perfect He-Man.
Yeah, I don't know, to put He-Man in this time.
Yeah, it was done.
On planet Earth. It was so fucking bad.
Oh, dude.
I was a little kid seeing the commercials for that movie, and I'm like, what the flying fuck is this?
Quite honestly, you know who I think would have played He-Man better?
Who's that?
One of the Barbarian brothers.
Oh, shit, yeah. The Barbarian brothers were awesome.
They looked like, they had the look, that's for sure.
Were those guys actually able to read their lines, though?
Well, if they can get Batista in a Marvel movie, we can get the Barbarian brothers and He-Man. But, like, He-Man's mom was from Earth anyways. Like, they could have done the whole, like, start off on Earth, she goes, astronaut and shit, and then, goes over to Eternia. But I think they're just trying to save money.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke. Some of the screenshots or the set photos were released. He's in regular clothes being handcuffed and the cops are holding his sword. Oh, dude, it's going to be a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in the new one?
Yeah. They could have made it really cool. Like a whole, like, it starts off like a non-He-Man like movie where it's like astronauts, like sci-fi shit.
Yeah.
And then, Marlena or whatever crash lands there. And we get like this badass view of like an alien world. But like, nope, we got to bring He-Man back to the freaking Earth, and it's like, no.
Oh, He-Man looks like.
Here's another cool thing. So they could have included another character, a better character, and some of the throwaway characters that they made for the movie. So if you bring in the Barbarian brothers, you have one play He-Man, the other one could be Faker.
I will play Faker. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, you wouldn't even have needed special effects. You just paint one of them blue or something.
Yeah. Well, we got Man at Arms is Idris Elba, so I think that's
Are you serious? They
I'm
blackwashed Duncan?
Yeah.
Yep.
So does this mean they blackwashed Tila too? Because wasn't Tila his daughter?
No. Fisto was actually it was Fisto and the Sorceress, and Man at Arms was just the cuck that like raised the.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's white.
Man.
Well, yeah, of course we all know that Dolph played the Punisher. So Dolph is one of the many people to play a Marvel and DC character.
Yeah.
Good question. Who's Goatman? Do we know who Goatman is in the He-Man universe? Because that's the Mountain. He's in it as Goatman.
Oh, Hafthor Bjornsson?
Goatman.
Yep. Fisto is in the movie as well.
Yeah. Well, I like Hafthor. I mean, that guy's awesome. I met him, but like
Triclops is black.
Made up one. Oh God.
Wait, Goatman? What the fuck is that?
I don't know what the fuck.
Is that like
Beastman
Beastman, or like they just decided to call him
Maybe
Goatman?
that's some of that Sun Warrior shit.
Okay.
The Wonder Bread.
Yeah. Oh, this movie's gonna be a piece of shit. Oh, there's some black girl.
What the hell? What did anyone expect?
Yeah.
Stop putting support behind these fucking. Give up hope.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Who's Susie in the Masters of the Universe world? Because that's some kind of weird LGBTQ thing.
Oh,
there is no character that exists.
That's what I thought.
No.
But yeah, they fucked this movie hard in the end.
And Chicago Cubs, you're right. He did a great Skeletor. I think they just kind of messed it up with the makeup a little bit, and definitely by covering it up. Because Frank had talked about how he had gotten into the best shape of his life to play that role, and they covered him up because they didn't want him looking better than Dolph Lundgren.
Holy shit! You mean he was more jacked than Lundgren in that movie?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Frank Langella? Holy shit!
Yeah, he did an interview. He was talking about it. He was so bummed.
I would be if I busted my ass in the gym to get bigger than freaking Dolph Lundgren.
Yep.
RR says.
Man,
that R's a super sumo beta Kaku.
Well, they'll probably make Duncan gay because, like, you know, he has no female love interest or anything.
Here, guys, you want to see Prince Adam?
So then why didn't they just get Kevin Smith to fucking do this shit if they wanted to completely ruin it?
Because Kevin Smith can't write. We've talked about that. Vinny's talked about that too. He didn't even do 90% of that freaking Netflix shit.
Yeah. They passed it around. There was a bunch of writers, and they each got a story that they did. Yeah, he didn't even do anything. They tacked his name on because they wanted fan credibility or something.
It's some fruit from San Francisco with an Apple Watch. That's not Prince Adam. God, that looks awful.
Yep. It'll be a pile of shit.
Oh, they got the hair okay. That's about it.
Yeah, that's it. Just the hair. But, like, he's not even that big either.
Nope.
Man. So are they going to, like, CGI off his head and put it on, like, Brian Cage's body or something to do the He-Man theme?
Yeah, they could.
Isn't Brian Cage pretty damn short though? Isn't Brian Cage like not even 6?
Well, he looks more like a fucking He-Man toy because he's so stocky.
Well, he plays He-Man in some fan films. Actually, there were some kickstarted fan films.
Yeah, I've seen him in like a Wolverine costume too.
Yeah. Dude, it sucks that guy just goes to waste like that. You know,
I saw he grew out chops because he was a fan of Wolverine. I remember seeing that.
Well, he had a suit, like part of his costume
that was like yellow. Yeah.
No, he had these blue tights, and it said Brian Cage, and Cage was written like Streets of Rage.
Oh, okay.
He the dude clearly is like a fan of like comics and shit, and it just they just buried this motherfucker. Hold on, I'll tell you how tall he is. Yeah.
He's got to be like 5'11" or 6 feet even.
He's 6 foot even. Yeah.
Okay, well,
and he's young. He's only 41. He was born in 84. Holy shit.
Yeah, 6 foot ain't that bad. I think he could have done it.
Yeah, L.A. Knight is only an inch taller than him.
Huh. But yeah, there you go. Here's the flop of a film.
But RR, that's me, RR. all out of hope when it comes to. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore.
When they announced this kid, I'm like, all right, I know this movie's gonna suck. And now that they blackwashed all these characters and stuff,
it's so much stuff. Like
what's so difficult of just following the proper story? In fact, my brother said he saw a documentary. There were 3 or 4 other scripts that were 2 of them were so fantastic. Like they broke down everything in such a great way. It was going to be like 3 movies or something. Like they had it broken up the proper way, and none of it was unearthed. It was all.
But there's so much stuff that they're doing. Sorry, Chris. I just wanted to say, like, it doesn't matter anymore. Listen, like 10 to 15 years ago, I would have been all right if it was like, oh shit, they're putting Lobo in a movie. Awesome. Now I don't care. 10 to 15 years ago, if they would have did a Mega Man movie, I'd have been like, oh, cool, I'll check it out. Now I don't care. It's way too fucking past for me to even care anymore. Yep. If they stop caring while they're making this shit, why the fuck should I care to go see it?
Right.
Well,
you don't have to worry about it, Splasher. I will go watch it so you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I kind of want to go and see.
I'll get you monetized, Tommy. We gotta get you monetized so you can fucking take a picture in the movie theater. 12:45 in the afternoon. This theater's empty except for me.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because everybody's working.
Oh, what were you gonna say, Chris? Sorry, man.
I was just what was I saying? I kind of. Oh yeah. I kind of want to see Langella's interviews going into the He-Man shit. Mm-hmm. The dude's like into like that actually makes me want to support actors when they're actually, like how Henry Cavill's was really into The Witcher and I was into Warhammer 40K and shit. That kind of makes me interested. And I'm like you in a lot of that. Like I'm super jaded. I just don't give a shit about most stuff. But when I hear actors are like, I love the source material and I want to stick to it, like that'll get me interested in stuff.
That's the problem. The problem is the actors are not the ones making the movie. They're just playing a role, and they have to dance. Yeah, they're dance monkey dance. That's what they have to do.
Well, I can't remember 100% all the way, Chris. But if you want to catch some of that on Tubi, they have a thing called the Power of Grayskull. Uh-huh. It's all about the He-Man franchise and everything, and I believe that interview with Langella is in that as well because they do touch on the movie.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. One thing I noticed though when I was working in video games was a lot of assholes want to put their stink on designs and they don't respect original designs.
Nope.
Like I could tell you, like I had this one friend who was a concept artist, and he had to put his stink on the Thundercats redesigns, and I'm like, yeah, those are nice, but those are fucking Thundercats, dude.
That's the thing with everything. You take the most goofy looking costume from a comic book character. No, we got to give them the tactical SWAT vest and this and that and this and that. They do this shit all the time. All right, so any of you guys know this from DC, the Royal Flush Gang? Mm-hmm. You see what they look like, how they're just like goofy. They're all like trade like a playing card based costumes. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what fucking one of the WB DC shows they were doing. Mm-hmm. The Royal Flush Gang, they turned them into bank robbers wearing like flak vests and fucking face masks and shit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, motherfucker's supposed to look like an actual king on a fucking playing card.
Yeah.
But they always do that, what you were saying, Chris. They always got to put their stink on that shit.
Yep.
No fucking no caring about the source material. And well, Adam, I figured your internet was fucked up, Adam. But thanks for chilling anyway, bro.
I've seen it, dude. I've
What's
seen
up,
that.
Scrambles? How you doing, Scrambles?
Adam, give us your score from the chat at least on Con Air.
If your internet's still here, Adam. Yeah, Adam. Yeah, let us know what your score for Con Air was. But yeah, what were you saying, Chris? Sorry.
Shit.
Sorry.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
About the Hollywood having to put their brand on stuff.
I've seen that. Like, I've seen that with everything, dude. Like, so many of these fucking artists, they're like, I don't know if it's like an ego thing or whatever.
Yes.
But like I've worked with some artists. Well, I've worked with some artists and they're like, yeah, I respect the source material. Like give me a Bible or something and I'll follow it, you know? And like when I worked in the gaming industry and it's like, dude, Ubisoft is like a Gestapo on shit. Like, no, you can't have that symbol there. You can't do this. You can't do that, you know? And as rigid as it was, I respected it because it meant that they actually cared about their property or they did
not
at the time.
Anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. But like, dude, even in comic shit, like it's like, hey, here's a bunch of reference material.
Here's decades worth of reference material.
And then the shit you get back and you're like, yeah, this is nice, but this isn't anything remotely close to the reference material. What's going on here? You know? Oh, well, you're just too rigid, or you know, it's not fun to do this. It's like, dude, I'm not paying you to have fun. You know, like this is the brand. Like, you know, like Lionel doesn't have blue hair. Like that's not how this works. Like,
right.
And then you get the idiots who like, oh, but it should look more realistic. Oh, you mean this movie about a guy with spider powers who can fucking stick to walls? Has to be realistic? Gotcha. Put the fucking crack pipe down.
Yeah.
Winners don't do drugs.
Yeah.
I think it was Arrow where I saw this shit with the Royal Flush Gang. So wait, here's all right. Let me bring up what they originally.
Live action.
Oh, geez.
Yes,
how did they pull that off? Live action.
They didn't.
Yeah. All right. See, here's the Royal Flush Gang in the comics. Now, yes, of course they look goofy. Of course they look corny. But that's what they look like. I don't want to hear anything else. That's what they fucking look like.
I like how they did them in the what was Batman Beyond. They were pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think it was Arrow. Where they changed them into fucking a gang of... Yeah. Here's the Royal Flush Gang in Arrow.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Card-based hockey masks and yeah. Wow. No, give me the corny looking ones. I would much rather the corny, goofy looking ones. Look at this shit.
Well, it looks like look at that comic image. It looks like they converted it down below in the bottom middle of the screen. It looks like they're now to the left of
this
comic. No, to the right in the middle.
Oh, here you go. Yeah.
It looks like they bled that shitty design back into the comics.
Into the comics. They usually end up doing that.
Yep.
Oh. So not only did they not only did they completely miss the mark, but then they fucked up the original.
But no, that's why shit like that is why I don't care. I don't have any hope anymore. Besides, Hollywood hates me anyway, so why would I want to fucking keep funding them?
They really do.
Yeah, they hate all of us.
Let them burn.
Dude, everybody. Every big company hates us. Like video game company, like Nintendo hates us. You know, I heard now that they're like, if you tamper or try to mod your Switch, like you buy a Switch 2.
Oh yeah, I saw you posted about that. Yeah.
What will they do?
So you remember how I modded that Switch that I sent you?
Yeah. But if you tamper with it, what's the thing they're going to do to you?
When it makes any kind of handshake with the internet and it's going to be mandatory with the Switch 2 that it's going to do those handshakes. Right. It's going to look to see if you've like modded it or booted from the SD card or whatever, you know, to add your own custom themes or whatever. Right. And then they're just going to brick the whole damn system.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great for business.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys just spent over $600 on this fucking piece of shit system. With because it's not just the system itself. That's $500. Then you're gonna need your extra attachments, your extra fucking controller, the video game bullshit. You know, you're gonna be paying if you want to walk out of there with a video game, a controller, and whatever bullshit you need. It's probably between $650 to $700 easy.
And they're just gonna freaking cook your system, which is funny because I'd like to see them try to pull that shit with like the European GDPR stuff where there's all sorts of protections. Like Europe forced Apple to use USB-C for their new chargers.
Wow.
You know, because they're like, you guys are assholes. Like you should make your batteries, because the degradation in the lithium ion batteries, like you buy the phone and it can't hold a charge a year later. They're like, make that shit modular. Like, so yeah. I don't know. These companies.
I guarantee there'll be lawsuits if they do it.
Yeah.
because people paid for a system. You know, even if they say, "Oh, okay, we're going to permanently ban you from going online with the system," that would be one thing. To say that we're actually going to fry your system that you pay for, so that'd be like saying, "Okay, you bought a computer, and you know Microsoft automatically gets put on 90% of these damn PCs anyway." So you use Microsoft in a way that Microsoft doesn't like, and they're going to burn your computer up. They would be 100% liable because that equipment doesn't belong to them. There will be lawsuits out the ass if they do it.
Well, that's what they're sneaking into their end user license agreements now, where they're saying you don't own the hardware, you're just
it doesn't matter. And,
I agree.
A lawyer told me a long time ago, anybody could put anything they want into a contract. That doesn't mean that it's legally binding.
Well, all that shit. Like, there's this dude on YouTube.
I'm just so glad I don't have to fucking deal with console bullshit anymore. Fuck them.
I know. I think this latest bullshit, like with Microsoft upping the price of their consoles and Nintendo and all that shit, I think this is chasing everybody to PC gaming.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people are just like, we're fucking done with this.
Or chasing them to the 7 Seas.
Yeah. Yar! Yeah, emulation.
Yeah, all right. But did you guys see this? Linkin Park has a female lead singer now?
Yes.
Not know
instead of Chester Bennington, there's a girl singer in it. And some people, it's mixed because some people really, really like her and other people really, really hate her. I don't have an opinion either way. I was a fan of Linkin Park back in the day, but like, I don't know.
I liked the first album. After that, I just kind of got sick of everything because they all kind of seem the same to me. Yeah. I don't know.
Every 3D animator or artist in university leveraged Linkin Park as their portfolio music.
Well, it was like the beginning days of YouTube. Mm-hmm. Everyone would take Naruto clips and clip it up and put a fucking Linkin Park song behind it. So many fucking people were doing this same shit, man.
Everything you say to me. Yeah. Got that evanescence.
Adam, 4 or 5? Are you rating this out of 5? Because I thought you liked this movie.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a surprise.
I think he's rating it out of 5, not out of 10.
Oh, damn.
We're doing this Conan style story. But, you know, He-Man was always supposed to be a little bit, you know, not as violent as Conan.
Mm-hmm. Well, remember when Tommy we were reading those little mini comics that he has? Like,
yeah,
I kind of want to see more of that He-Man universe than the Filmation animated one we got.
Yeah,
that one like the kid gloves.
Even as a little kid, I was not big on that He-Man cartoon because when I remember getting home from school, turning on the fucking debut episode, I see this pink shirt wearing motherfucker. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, Prince Adam isn't in the comics, or he wasn't originally.
Yeah. Neither was Cringer. Cringer wasn't either. Neither was Orko.
Yeah, he was already Battle Cat. Yeah, Orko was totally a Filmation construct. I don't know. I kind of like that though. I liked that we got to see like the original kind of He-Man approach, you know, the original Masters Universe thing. And it sucks that it goes back to what we were saying. Everybody's got to put their stink on shit.
Yeah.
They, you know, Filmation just took it and went, yeah, we're going to do our own shit. Thanks. And it's like, you have the source material right here, guys.
Yep. Hey, don't worry, folks. Idris Elba, Man at Arms.
Shit.
That was another thing too, man. Every single time they were like, "Oh, we're making this movie with this well-known character. Someone get Idris Elba to play this character." It's like every single fucking time. It's like, shut up. I'm sure even Idris Elba was like, "Could you people shut the fuck up?"
Yeah. Right. Well, like when they did Heimdall and they turned him into a black guy, when Heimdall in Norse mythology is literally the fairest and palest of the gods.
Yeah, one of them was Chinese too, wasn't he?
Like you notice how it's okay when they do that shit to like European mythology and folklore, but yet when you saw Shang-Chi, there wasn't like a black guy that was like at a monastery doing Shaolin.
But there could be.
Yeah, like you don't see that. You'll never see like a freaking black dude or like a blonde-haired like Aryan Ubermensch or whatever. Dolph Lundgren in a Shaolin temple.
Well, I say, all right, if they're gonna redo Street Fighter, let's get Idris Elba as Ken and Ving Rhames as Ryu.
Wait, he's gonna have to put that band-aid in the back of his head so we can tell him.
Hadouken, motherfucker.
He's gonna bring a couple of his pipe-hitting friends with him to the street fight. Let's rumble.
But yeah, this new fucking age of movies, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's garbage, hot garbage. I could see now more and more every day how people the age I am at now looked at me when I was in my fucking 20s and teenage years. But the thing with me was I didn't think I knew everything, and I didn't think I was the first to do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew plenty of people came before me. First of all, I knew what a goddamn record player was. I knew what a fucking 8-track cassette player was.
Yep.
I swear I saw this fucking video. They were talking to a bunch of fucking football players. Now, are these people really that young that they're completely clueless? Or going back to VCRs, yeah, we talk about a lot of every fucking piece of equipment in Con Air looked like a VCR, according to Chris.
Yeah, they planted a VCR in a plane. He got shot in a VCR.
Someone
recording device on the one dude.
Like, is it like if you were born in the year 2000, you don't know what a fucking VCR is?
Well, think about it. In 98, 99 is when DVDs started coming out.
Yeah, but people still did have VCRs though.
Yeah, but when you were like 2 or 3, you know what I mean? Like by the time if you were born in 2000, so like let's say around 2005 is when you're actually cognizant of the world. Like were VHS players really common in 2005?
Well, I never fucking saw anybody, and whenever I got into like my aunt or uncle's car when in the 80s, none of them had a fucking 8-track player, but I still knew what a fucking 8-track player was.
Yeah, that's like it's the same thing with like rotary phones and cassette tapes and like
black and white televisions.
Yeah, do you remember? So when I was a kid, we had LPs. And we had short play like records, like those mini records. And
the one that you had the little clip down.
Yep.
The 40,
you had
the
little clip on.
The 45.
Yeah, the 45s. That was, yeah.
Well,
I
bet you don't. Do you remember the 78s too?
I think so.
No, I don't remember.
They required
that. You had 33 and a half.
Thick.
You had 78, and then you had 45.
Yeah, and it was like you had to put an adapter in that central peg in the middle of the record turntable.
Yeah, that fucking the little clamp down thing.
Yeah. Or they actually, and my parents wound up buying a bunch of these because they had a bunch of 45s. They had these little plastic inserts that you would put in the center of the 45, so it was sitting on the regular spindle. Yeah,
nice.
God, I remember all those 45s. My sister had like she had a bunch of singles because before iTunes, dude, and all this other shit, before MP3s and digital music. If you wanted a song that you really liked, you better hope it came on a 45
on the or on the radio.
Well, even the radio
trying to. Well, I used to do that with like taping. I used to try to wait for yeah.
Well, I would tape off the radio, but I noticed that like the cassette version of the song was different. There was like a radio edit version. Like remember "Nightmare on My Street" by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince? Like. There's an edited version of that song on the radio versus the one that was on the cassette.
Jeez.
Yeah. They would have specifically set aside the fucking radio versions. Like remember like we were talking a couple weeks ago, the Black Eyed Peas when they had
get
Let's
started
in here, and then changed it to Let's Get It Started in Here. Yeah.
I remember when I first heard that it was on it was a commercial. It was like some weird like Black Bloc Party like composition CD. They're like, yeah, it's got famous hits like blah blah blah. Get retarded, but I'm like, the song called Get Retarded.
That was a commercial with that Corky show. What the hell?
Yeah, Life Goes On.
Life Goes On. Yeah.
But yeah, there also I noticed this too. With radio edits, certain rock songs, they would cut a huge chunk of like just musical parts out of some rock songs.
Yep.
For the radio version.
Well, you remember Money for Nothing, Dire Straits?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, they had. Oh my God, there was so much shit they had to cut. The fucking with the even and the makeup. Yep. They had
banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee.
You guys didn't happen to see that? There was that. I won't even mention it. I dropped something in the group earlier today. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, I didn't see it.
I said maybe this should be the new intro song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, take a listen to those lyrics. I don't think you're gonna.
Is it any different from many rap lyrics?
Not really, no.
Well, that's why that whole Shiloh Hendrix thing is the way it is. Is that people are starting to realize how performative the outrage is. It's like, dude. You can't freaking racially damaging, dude. Do you realize how much shit I see on a daily basis about anti-Jew and all this stuff? And like, guess what? I don't cry about it. Like, get over it. Like, it's so frustrating when it's like they're like, oh, only was it Piers Morgan? Disgusting racists only use that word. Really? So every rapper in the United States is a disgusting racist?
Maybe you should have a word with 50 Cent. See what he says to you.
Yeah.
He'll probably tell you to go fuck yourself.
Right. Is that before or after?
Yeah, when you get into the rap industry, they throw that word around like it's a greeting.
Yeah.
It is a greeting.
It's a Mandarin Chinese filler word, too, which I found out the hard way.
So I love that female comedian, man. Leonardo Jones.
Leonardo.
Yeah, she's always calling out that shit. It's hilarious.
She's gorgeous, too, dude. Holy shit. I've been watching her stuff on YouTube, and I'm like, damn, this chick's a hottie.
Yeah. Yeah, she's fucking great.
A bar and a fake fireplace from 1972.
Yes.
But I don't know. I think I might take next Saturday off. I might take a break from the movies next Saturday. But you know what? I think when I come back, I think we're gonna do Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Nice.
I think we'll do that when I come back.
Awesome.
Love that movie.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it too.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, I told you got to stop announcing this shit, Slasher. Every time you announce it, they take it off all the free services.
No, they did. They not with this. Not with this though. Yeah, they kept Con Air up on like 2 or 3 different sites.
Oh, good.
But Vinny, thanks for chilling out. You want to drop your link in there, bro?
Yeah, dude, it's always a pleasure being here. Yeah, guys, it's as you see it on screen right there, Vinny R. Follow us tomorrow on my YouTube channel. We're doing the next 2 episodes of Dexter season 2, so it should be episode 7 and 8. We're getting into some good stuff because we're getting past the halfway point now, and yeah, there's some fucking crazy shit that's gonna be happening. Surprise, motherfucker! But yeah, awesome. It's a ton of fun watching these things again with you guys, and I'm glad everyone's been enjoying them. But yeah, tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it all out. And make sure to go get my books and everything. Go to vinnyart.com. It'll take you right there.
Cool, man.
And then Wednesday, you and Trina got something new planned, right?
Oh yeah. Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, you finished Hannibal, right?
We finished the TV series, but we're gonna start Red Dragon. So,
nice.
Yeah, we are watching the movies now. We're gonna do them in order.
Do you see it?
Yeah, right. So we already did Manhunter, so we've each watched it. And we kind of talked about it while we were doing the regular TV series, but we'll probably bring it up when we watch Red Dragon on Wednesday. Thank you, Tommy, for pointing that out. Then we're going to be doing Silence of the Lambs after that the following week, and then Hannibal, the movie. So, yeah, that's going to be a good time. Don't forget the toy streams. We had a blast on the last one as well. It's on Tommy's channel, my channel. Also, I get it on Twitter. Yeah, it's been fucking awesome hanging out with everybody. For the Friday streams, we get crazy on there. We get retarded in here. So But yeah,
we get it started. We get it started.
Fun, awesome hanging out with you guys as always.
Yeah, man. Tommy, thanks for chilling out, man.
Thanks for suggesting this. I needed the nap. I really appreciate that.
Shame on you, Tommy. Shame on you. I swear, like, from now on, when you tell me a movie's good, I'm gonna have to fucking question it, bro.
But
thanks for chilling as always, man. Always love chilling.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Like I said, at least if I couldn't remember everything about the movie, at least I brought some interesting, fan rumors. I thought that the fan rumor was interesting enough to bring it to the table, so at least there was that. I like that little mini tie-in they try to make with all three movies, and it kind of makes sense when you think about especially the Big Lebowski with all the different shirts he had with all different names all over them. It's pretty freaking hilarious. Yeah. But guys, we did have a lot of fun on the toy stream as always. I take time to prepare for that, unfortunately, because shit-ass CenturyLink. But hopefully we should be having another banger this coming Thursday as well. And of course, check out all these guys. You could have spent your time anywhere. We really do appreciate you spent it here, whether it's on the live stream or whether it's on a replay. Make sure to hit the like and make sure to subscribe to all these awesome people, and have a good one.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for chilling out as always, man. You too, Chris. Thank you for chilling out. You want to go and drop your link?
Sure, man. Yeah, thanks for having me. So Infinitale Chronicles, my second campaign, is going to be launching on Friday, May 23rd. I'm still on the hunt, hoping I can find some people with some YouTube channels to help me spread the good word about it. In the meantime, on the infinitaalechronicles.com website, you can go to the crowdfunding section and go to the pre-launch page and sign up for the basically the mailing list that gets access to special discounts and perks that aren't available on the normal campaign. And there's also a promotion calendar that shows kind of where I will be and at what time on various YouTuber channels. So, yeah, and thanks for having me, man. I had a blast.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Always love chilling with you guys and kind of talking about these movies. Sometimes it's like 50-50. We'll talk half about the movie and half about, I don't know, Madonna's horrible plastic surgery. For some reason, it'll tail into stuff like that. But yeah, Happy Dinosaur. Thanks for stopping in, coming in as soon as we're shutting down. So, thanks anyway for stopping in. Blood In, Blood Out. This is a movie I always caught it at the same part. Does anyone know this one? With the half-breed Mexican?
This was such a good movie that I actually have a physical copy of it.
Yeah. What is it called? What is it called on your copy?
On mine, it's Blood In, Blood Out.
Okay, because every time they would play this on TV, they would never use the name Blood In, Blood Out. They would always use Bound by Honor.
And hold on, it's a half-breed of what?
He's like a half-breed Mexican, so he gets a lot of shit from like the Mexicans in his neighborhood because he's half white. He's like a half white Mexican dude. He's got like they keep like ragging on him because of all his white features and shit.
Gotcha. So Tom Holland only deports half of them.
Yeah.
He received shit like a Cherokee. Remember that song? Half breed.
Cher? What are we talking about? We were talking about Cher before. You know, sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. Roof. But yeah, I've never seen the beginning of this fucking movie. Maybe I should do this so I can finally get to see the fucking beginning of this movie. Huh. One thing I don't want to see again is American Me. Oh my god. American Me is Edward James Pockface.
Oh, I hate that guy.
And fucking Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat is part of the Mexican gang in this movie for some reason.
What? A Japanese guy is Mexican?
I don't know if they even explain it or not, but
okay.
But
if John Wayne could play a Mongol,
Genghis Khan,
right? Hey everyone, I'm a Mongolian.
Happy Dinosaur, RR, Chicago Cubs, Scrambles, Adam. He was here, but he's not anymore. Well, he's here amongst the living with us, but he's here in spirit right now. Frankie,
amongst the living, trying to be a god. Doo doo. Anthrax.
Frankie Cotton, Parrothead, Curtis. Yeah, thank you guys for stopping in. And yeah, like I said, next Saturday I'm gonna take a break from the movies, but when we come back, it's gonna be The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. It's been a while since I seen that one. Hilarious fucking movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, have a good one, everybody.
See ya.
Peace out.
What's up, DiBiase, punk ass bitch? Oh, motherfucker.